James Stannage.
The best of James Stannage.
George Bush has got the IQ of a bumblebee.
Yeah, you are right.
He's an absolute sad, pathetic moron.
I totally agree.
Total, utter, a disgrace to humanity. If he was my son, I would be so embarrassed, I'd put a bullet through his head tonight. I would.
But does two rights make a wrong, then?
No, but I would accept responsibility. Look, I brought this piece of shit into the world, right? I'm taking him out, and I would go to jail for the rest of my life. Okay, fine. But
Really?
I would not
Would you
allow...
do that, really?
Of course, I would not allow a
Your own
son...
flesh and blood?
Of course I would. I'd be...
Yeah?
If my son... either of my sons, I've got two boys, right? If either of them turned out to be like George Bush, I'd cut his throat. I'd garrote him with cheese wire. And take the consequences. Of course I would. You have to, don't you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I
Of course you do.
Go down that road myself, but I don't know.
Well, that's because you're a coward.
I'm not a coward.
You are.
No, I'm not. No,
You
no.
are. If you realised what your son was, if your son was a gangster...
But you've got children yourself.
Yes, and they are not. They are lovely, lovely boys.
You can honestly stand there and say to me that
Yes,
I would kill my son.
I
if he
would.
did what he does
Yes,
to me
I
now.
would. If either of my sons turned into a gangster, I'd garrote him myself.
Why?
What do you mean, why, you stupid
Oh,
man? What do you
it's
mean,
your fault.
why?
No, it's your fault. If he's becoming...
Yes, I'd take him out if he's become a gangster.
Hang on a second.
So I leave him to carry on being a gangster.
It's your fault he's that way.
So I take him out and then I go to jail and suffer the consequences.
No.
Oh, so what do I do then, Mark?
You've got a political...
So what
view
would
of
you
you're
do
saying.
then?
Eh?
Let's forget the politics, Mark. Your son's a gangster, right?
If my son
What would you
cannot-
do then?
Listen, I've got two daughters.
Right.
I haven't got sons, but if my
Okay.
two daughters go wrong in their
No,
life,
no,
it's
no,
my
Mark,
fault.
Mark,
It's gone
forget,
wrong.
no,
It's not
Mark, that's
school's
different,
fault.
Mark, that's different. I'm saying, supposing you had a son who turned out to be a gangster, right? A serious gangster, what would you do? Would you say that's okay?
I wouldn't say what you're saying now. What I would say is, where have I gone wrong? And that's the be all.
And you'd leave him to do it?
No, I wouldn't leave him to do it.
What would you do then?
But I certainly wouldn't put a bullet through his head.
What would you do then?
Well, I don't really know.
What, you talk him out of it? Well, it's time you did know.
No,
well,
it
Mark,
isn't time.
thank God you didn't have boys then.
The extreme where
I
you're saying
would.
to me, I put a bullet through his
Mark,
skull
you see, I
for
am
the sake of
responsible.
the
I
fact-
am responsible.
Hang on.
No, Mark.
Let me say.
Go on.
The fact is that you're saying to me that because you've done wrong, to correct your mistake, you put a bullet through his skull.
Absolutely.
That's wrong.
100%.
It's your fault he's got that way.
Yes, that's why I'd make sure that he wasn't
because
that way
you've made
anymore.
a mistake, you're prepared to take it to the extremes.
Of course, absolutely.
Well, that's
I am
wrong in
responsible.
itself.
No,
Well, that's
Mark, you're
ill-educated.
not saying, Mark. No, Mark.
Ill-educated.
So, Mark, I'm asking you again, Mark. If you found out that behind your back, age 23, your son has turned into a little gangster,
Right.
terrorising,
I wouldn't tolerate it.
what would you do?
Well, I wouldn't tolerate it.
No, Mark, don't give me shit, man. Don't give me shit, little boy. Don't say I wouldn't tolerate it. What would you do? Would you kill him?
I'll tell you what I'll do.
What would you do?
I would not let my son get to the stage of being at the age of 23 and becoming a
bollocks.
gangster.
So where do all these gangsters come from then?
They could be ill education. The parents.
Right.
The parents are not prepared to sit down and speak to the children and say
But
what's right and wrong.
supposing you did everything for your boy, he was a public school boy, best education, spent loads and loads and loads of money on him, and then he suddenly, I don't know, he met a guy who was a gangster, and he thought, hey, this is the life.
I've
Fast
still done
cars.
something wrong, haven't I?
Well, so I'd kill him, why wouldn't you?
Kill him is extremes.
I'd kill yours.
You're equally as bad as George Bush then.
Not at
Because
all,
he wants
baby.
to go and kill people for no reason. He wants to kill people for his ill-gotten gains.
No, but
Exactly
I'm
what
not.
you're saying.
No, I'm not for my ill-gotten gains, you stupid man. What do you mean my ill-gotten gains? Are you stupid?
Because
No, I am taking my son's life out of this equation because I accept responsibility for bringing that little gangster into the
Put
world.
something right that you've done wrong.
Mark, I'm putting it right. I'll kill him.
George was
Kill
saying
him.
the same thing. He's done something.
I'd kill George Bush. If I was George Bush Senior, except I couldn't be George Bush Senior because I've got a brain, he hasn't, and it's just a nightmare. You don't realise, Mark, how corrupt it is, do you? Do you really understand how corrupt it is?
Yeah, well, to be fair, no, I don't.
Well, it's very, very corrupt,
At
Mark.
the end of the day, to be fair, none of us really understand how...
What do you mean none of us? I do, baby. I'm just telling you, George Bush should have been aborted in the womb, not this one, the bleeding dad. Then there'd have been no Jeb Bush and no George W. Bush. And has he got another one as well?
Senior player.